Kentucky Kingdom is one of those small parks with a big reputation. With the tallest water slide in America and acclaimed coasters like Stormchaser and Lightning Run, this park has quite a lot to offer. However, if you've been a fan of this park for a long time, then you know that 6 roller coasters that were once at the park are no longer operating there. Kentucky Kingdom fans, get ready for a blast to the past, because we're going to take a look at what those 6 coasters were. Number 6, Starchaser. Opened in 1987, closed in 1995. This was the only indoor roller coaster to ever operate at the park. This indoor Schwarzkopf Jetstar was like a miniature Space Mountain, sending riders through unpredictable twists, turns, and drops in pitch black darkness. Due to an incident where guests were injured on the ride, it was relocated to Darien Lake in 1996 and renamed Nightmare at Phantom Cave. Then it was moved again to the Great Escape and named Nightmare at Crack Axle Canyon. There it would stay for 7 years until it was torn down in 2006. Nowadays, the only Jetstar of its kind still operating in America is Indiana Beach's Tigger Coaster. So if Indiana Beach is your home park, here's a rare credit you can add to your count. Number 5, Vampire. Opened in 1990, closed in 1999. Pretty much every park out there added a Vekoma boomerang in the 1990s, and Kentucky Kingdom was no exception. Believe it or not, this boomerang was relocated from a defunct Chinese park called Star Lake. At the start of the new millennium, this coaster was removed from the park and relocated to Six Flags New England. There it was renamed Flashback, and including its time in China, this coaster is 32 years old. Unfortunately, the ride is really starting to show its age this year, as it is valued 3 times since the beginning of 2017. So it's very likely that this coaster's days are soon going to be numbered. Number 4, Chang. Opened in 1997, closed in 2009. This B&M stand-up coaster was very impressive for its time and brought in record crowds to Kentucky Kingdom. When it first opened, it held the world record for the tallest vertical loop and was the tallest and fastest stand-up coaster built at the time. At one point, Six Flags considered renaming it Riddler's Revenge after another stand-up coaster at Magic Mountain, but those plans never ended up happening. In 2009, Six Flags decided to move the coaster to expand Kentucky Kingdom's water park, but after they decided to close the park, Chang's fate was left uncertain. However, in 2011, Chang was moved to Six Flags Great Adventure in Jackson, New Jersey, where it would be renamed and rethemed to Green Lantern. This year, the coaster itself will be celebrating its 20th anniversary in operation, which just goes to show how much time flies. Number 3, Twisted Twins. Opened in 1998, closed in 2007. Almost 2 decades before its Iron Horse makeover, this CCI Woody originally opened as Twisted Sisters in 1998. However, heavy metal band Twisted Sister threatened to sue Six Flags over the name, so it was eventually changed to Twisted Twins in 2001. The ride itself featured 2 separate tracks with identical layouts and featured several flyby moments between the 2 trains. 2 years before the park first closed, this ride was put into standing but not operating mode and was closed indefinitely. When the park reopened in 2014 under new ownership, this coaster was not reopened with the rest of the park. Park officials promised a far superior experience, and they certainly delivered on their promise. With the help of Rocky Mountain Construction, Twisted Twins became Stormchaser, a brand new RMC hybrid famous for its unique barrel roll drop. Of course, this coaster doesn't duel like it used to, but with an impressive makeover like this, it's hard to complain. Number 2, Roadrunner Express. Opened in 2000, closed in 2009. This is a standard run-of-the-mill Wild Mouse coaster, so there's not a whole lot to say about it. It was once themed to Chuck Jones' classic Looney Tunes character and had a decently themed queue line, but the coaster didn't offer a lot of scenery during the ride itself. After Kentucky Kingdom first closed in 2009, this coaster was moved to Six Flags New England for the 2011 season in the spot where the indoor Dark Knight coaster was originally supposed to be. Even if you're not a fan of this ride, you have to admit that the new theming is very impressive for an outdoor Wild Mouse. Number 1, Greezed Lightnin. Opened in 2003, closed in 2009. Believe it or not, despite current owner Ed Hart's dislike of launch coasters, Kentucky Kingdom actually had one for 7 years. This Schwarzkopf shuttle loop formerly operated at Six Flags Over Georgia and Six Flags Great America before its stay at Kentucky Kingdom. Including its relocations, this coaster managed to operate for 31 years before it was torn down, and the fine folks at Kentucky Kingdom really worked hard to keep it running. At one point, they even reused parts from another shuttle loop that formerly operated at California's Great America. This meant that Greezed Lightnin at one point combined the two Great America Park shuttle loops into one coaster. Nowadays, the only Schwarzkopf shuttle loop still operating in America is Montezuma's Revenge at Knott's Berry Farm, so feel free to check it out before it bites the dust too. Thanks for watching, everyone. Feel free to subscribe and follow me on social media. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You could find links in the description. This is Theme Park Crazy, and I'll see you all next time.